Welcome to another Woods Report. Today is what? The 3rd? August 3rd.
3rd.
And we are doing the Breakfast Club
Wednesday,
review.
August 3rd.
All right, so first of all, they came in. Envy said he's feeling better. He was sick. Remember, he said he had a cold.
And they were all afraid that it could have been
right.
COVID.
So he said he's starting to feel better.
Did he test himself?
He said he'd
for
been
COVID?
testing himself.
Okay.
So. But he said he's feeling better, and that brought up the whole discussion of Angela Yee saying, "Why do you come to work sick? I hate when people come to work sick."
I know.
And so she said, "That's rude." And he said, "That's not rude. You're supposed to come and do your job." And she said, "No, because you can get everybody else sick."
Yes.
And he said, "Well, you come to work sick." And she said, "I've never come to work sick." He said, "Yes, you have." They arguing back and forth.
He says that she has come to work sick.
He says she has come to work sick. She says has not come to work sick. She calls in when she's sick.
Oh.
She doesn't come in. So that just led to discussion of, do you go to work sick?
Now,
some people do, and I hate that.
It depends on what kind of sick. Now,
like
we're talking about a common cold, a contagious type of
something
sick.
where somebody else can get sick from what you got.
And I think what happened was in my old job, when we were doing a renovation and they were going to make it open office, open concept. A lot of companies have switched to that open, where it's just a little tiny wall below like this, and you can still see each other.
Right.
And one girl came in coughing and coughing. The manager had to go and tap her on the shoulder.
Right.
And say, either you go to another area where you're closed in, or you go home.
And some bosses don't want you. They want you to come in sick. Some bosses don't let you to call off sick.
That is really crazy.
I know. So I just thought that brought up an interesting conversation.
No.
Then they went on to talk about experts are saying that if you are going making travel plans for Thanksgiving or Christmas, you need to book now before the middle of August.
Why?
Because they said the prices are going to go up extremely high after the middle of August, towards the end of August. And then they also gave some tips. They were saying, which is what we did on our flight coming up.
Okay.
Book early flights. They have a chance of not being canceled. A lot of people's flights have been canceled and delayed.
And you told me that, and I'm so glad we moved it up.
So early flights have a least chance of being canceled. And also flights that don't connect. Straight flights have a least chance of being canceled.
Oh, good.
Because then you don't have to worry about another airport.
Ooh.
See, then you have all that other stuff.
It landed, and then too, I want to throw this in there. I noticed I did a late one because I hate getting up early to go to the airport. You kind of want to sleep in and have time to do last minute packing. But I was running into a lot of the car rental places wasn't open.
Oh, that's true.
I
So
said,
if you go
oh my God, we need
early,
a car.
they're not gonna be open. That's true.
So get your car.
Or get a car place that's open all night.
It was hard to at this airport. There was no 24 hours. We would have to literally leave the airport
and go to one of those.
One.
Which we might have to do if you have to.
Okay.
Because you just might have to if you.
But I like how you said move it up, because we get, if worst case scenario, we have a whole rest of the day to find another time to leave.
And then DJ Envy threw in about going a day before.
Oh, yeah.
Going a day before, which we did that too.
Yeah.
In case something happens.
Because you said plan B. If we can't do another flight,
you can drive if you have to,
drive.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then that brought up Angela Yee saying she uses her Delta credit card when she books her flight because she gets points, and she gets a lot of free.
I had points in what I used.
Yeah.
So that was good. I have a Southwest.
Yeah, whatever you have,
card.
use it. Yeah, whatever you fly, mostly you get their card.
Okay.
Because then pay it off. Of course, you're gonna pay for your flight, hopefully.
Exactly.
But you get those points.
Yeah, and you're going to pay it anyway.
Right.
So why not get points for it?
Yeah, and then she has an Expedia card for hotels, but we do our Hilton, but she has an Expedia, so think about that too.
Okay.
She gets a lot of free hotels by using her Expedia card when she books her hotels.
Have to look into
so that was just giving a little travel advice from the Breakfast Club,
Okay.
She talked about, Angela Yee talked about the NFL. They were in the news today. They stripped Miami Dolphins of their 2023 first round pick and I believe 2024.
Why?
Because they were found guilty of tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton.
They mentioned Tom Brady's name, so that's what that's about.
That's what that's about. During trying to get him to come, they was tampering with that negotiation.
You're kidding.
But they didn't get found guilty of that. You remember that black coach? I'm trying to see his name. Oh, Brian Flores. who said that the owner wanted him to throw the games?
Yes.
That's Miami Dolphins. They wasn't found guilty of that, though. But they was found guilty of the tampering with Tom Brady and them.
Oh, my God. But Tom Brady is not in trouble, is he?
No. He don't have nothing to do with it. That's why I said leave Tom Brady alone. He don't have nothing to do with that. So then,
oh, my God.
$1.5 million. And then they also, the owner, he got fined with that. They got stripped of 2 NFL draft picks.
Do we not know, have we not learned? I think people feel like, it's kind of like what Ice-T said when he was on the View one day, because he used to do all his little things, stealing and whatever in the past, and he never got caught.
Right. They just didn't get caught.
His friend got caught.
But I
think people thinking they can get away with this little scams and not get caught.
They're not the only ones, I believe, that tell people to throw games. Come on. I believe that they tell the players to throw games.
Or even
because sometimes you watch these games and you like, really? Even basketball, you be like...
So they must think and then with the whole Tom Brady thing,
yeah.
Did they think they wasn't going to get caught?
Yeah, probably because nobody says anything.
Wow.
And then this black guy came out, opened his mouth, so now they like, darn it. But my thing
they probably blackballed him.
Well, he was already... We can't never own nothing.
Whatever happened to that, I wonder?
Nothing.
Okay.
That's what this investigation. So they didn't find him guilty of that. But I believe him.
Okay.
Why would he make that up? That somebody tried to make him throw
and
the
saw
game.
that email that slipped.
Yeah,
that's how he found out.
Yeah.
He was never thought about.
He was never, and that's how people tell everything. That's what I say. You can't when you tell. Make sure who you tell your business to, because if y'all have a falling out, that's why people have friends.
Don't keep records of stuff.
No, but people have friends and they tell all their business to their friend, and then they have a falling out, and that person who's supposed to be your friend tell all your business.
But how they mess up is they keep a text, or phone, or email.
They put it in a text.
That's how the mayor of Detroit got caught. He had text messages to the girl he was cheating with.
If I verbally tell my friend something and then we have a falling out and she go tell everybody, I'll be like, she lying. I don't know what she's talking about.
Stop.
It ain't in writing, so you know. All right, then they talked about supposedly Wendy Williams is married again.
Did she do this secretly?
She told Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked that she got married. He talked to her on the phone.
Is this for real though?
That's what she told him, and it's supposed to be for real.
So
but Charlamagne said he don't believe
that
it.
She was dating.
I have no idea. Charlamagne said he don't believe it.
Okay.
He said he don't believe it. Even though it's been reported, Jason Lee said she told him on the phone she's married. So I guess we'll hear more about that as that comes out.
Because she could be like in her little loony moment.
He said she was just passed out in the window of some other, like Saks Fifth Avenue or something, tired or medicine or something. So
and why would you believe her? Because she's always on meds.
He don't believe her. But we don't know. She could be.
Okay.
We don't know. Then they talked about Kanye. Kanye, yesterday was Yeezy Day. So if that was the time to buy, you like those ugly shoes.
Oh, they won't sell?
You should have got them yesterday.
Oh, who knows this?
Well, everybody said.
You didn't tell me I noticed
every year they said August 2nd is Yeezy Day.
You didn't tell me because you knew I probably would have bought some.
But every year they say it's the same. Okay. August 2nd.
Now, those are a pair of shoes that I would definitely, if they're not comfortable, they are
going back. No, they say
they're
comfortable. Everybody say they're comfortable.
Well, I have the issue with the left foot being bigger than the right. That's so.
But apparently he's never been happy with Yeezy Day. He doesn't approve of Yeezy Day. He doesn't like it.
So he didn't call this day.
He didn't give any creative direction. He has no creative control over it. And that surprised the Breakfast Club. They thought he had creative control over the Yeezys and how they were sold and stuff. He always make it seem like he got creative control.
And why wouldn't he? That's his fault.
He doesn't. So
anything with your name stamped on it, you should have some kind of say so.
And he sent a letter to Adidas telling them about how he wasn't happy. They hired a new general manager and all kind of stuff.
Oh God!
And so
he's using his name. Hopefully he didn't sign. Yeah, I hope he signed something.
He probably signed
that
off
covers
on
himself. Okay.
He probably. But all he got to do is just start telling people not to wear them anymore. Then nobody, you know how people they follow celebrities.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is do a song about Yeezys not being cool.
Because they not really representing these guys.
Cheesy Yeezys. And then nobody will wear them anymore. So, but he get money from it, so he ain't gonna do that.
And they be dogged out if they do wear them.
He just don't have control over it, that's all.
Okay.
They talked about Omarion. Remember the verses, Omarion.
What's
him
going on
and
with him?
his nose. Now he upset. Talking about fans are fickle and how people don't understand. He was on the cover of some magazine, Hello Beautiful magazine or something. Talking about people don't understand and respect the industry and artists and how we don't understand it. And folks think that he can't sing, and you can't sing.
No, you
You can't sing,
you
Omarion.
showed us that.
You can't.
You showed us
You
that
was
you were
live,
live.
and you could not sing. Stop it. You're a dancer.
That
Leave it alone.
determines if you are a singer. When
And
you
quit
do
talking
live.
about how people don't respect artistry. You're not that good. I can understand if you was Aretha Franklin,
Yes.
and people were
Stevie
saying you can't
Wonder,
sing.
you
Then
know.
you can say, you know what, people don't respect artists,
And
because I know I can sing.
And people would listen.
No, dude, you brought a watermelon out on stage and ate a watermelon, and you was off key.
Yes.
And if you are a true musician, it doesn't matter about the sound guy. You take the sound piece, my sister sings
Yes.
the groups.
Mhm.
You take the sound piece out of your
How's
ear,
your listening ear?
and you sing.
Pick that note up.
You tell the band to
Me, me,
stop.
me, me,
You
me,
tell them to turn the music off, and you sing a cappella.
and then that's a good singer.
That's a good
With
singer.
no music.
So quit talking about people don't understand artistry and stuff.
He's just having a tantrum.
He's just mad because people know he can't sing now.
And it's now out there.
And Mario did good. Was it Mario? Mario did good.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If he would have been compared to the other guys that was singing Ray J and them, they all would have been kicked to the curb. And you want to blame the sound guy.
my God.
You want to blame the whole TV thing.
Yeah, compare yourself to Ray J.
But not when Mario's singing
Mario
good
took that mic.
and you're not singing good, and y'all on the same stage at the same time.
Yes.
So get out of here.
That's true. And just do and stay in your lane.
Talking about
You're a
somebody
good
trying to
dancer.
sabotage him.
You're a good
Nobody
dancer.
tried to sabotage
Stay
him. You're
in
not worth sabotaging.
Stay in your lane. You're a good
All right.
dancer.
Like he
I give
Usher
you
or
that.
something.
I give you that.
Usher, I can see if Usher went on there, they sabotage him. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because they want maybe him against Chris Brown. All of a sudden, Chris Brown sing wonderful and dancing.
And Usher's mic is messed
horrible.
up.
And we all know he sings good because he has a show in Vegas that he sings. So get out of here with
That's
that.
true. That's true.
Omarion.
How old is he? Is he in his 40s?
I don't know. He's young.
Is
no,
he?
no.
Oh
he's
my
not that old.
goodness.
No.
So he, of course, gives excuse why
Yeah.
he's going.
Yeah, mad. Just take the hit. Take the hit. Say I did a horrible job and then move
That's
on.
embarrassing. He's pride. That's pride.
That's
A
pride.
little bit of pride in that little man.
All right.
Okay.
Just take the hit though. Take the hit. Say, you know what?
Pride
Or
won't-
if you can't sing, just say I can't
Pride
sing, but I
won't-
can dance.
Pride won't let him.
I can dance, y'all. I can dance anybody under the table. That's what he should
Pride
do.
won't let him.
All
Okay,
right.
go ahead.
Then they talked about Blueface, the rapper. I don't know if you don't know him, but Blueface, the rapper, he had a boxing match coming up. He boxes like DDG does. They do these celebrity boxing matches, and they canceled it because it was a video that came out viral with Blueface getting in a fight with his girlfriend. And
it showed him fighting his girlfriend.
it showed them. Well, apparently they said that it showed him. You know, he wasn't punching her or nothing, but he was hitting her and stuff, like holding her, and enough to get
Was
her.
he shaking her like Chris Rock said?
She probably got shook and hit and
her
all
to death.
kind of stuff, right? But I didn't see him like punch her. It was more defensive hitting because she was wild. His
Like, was
girlfriend
she
is
doing
crazy.
this and he was just doing
His
this?
girlfriend is crazy. Just so you know, she's a nut.
Why they call him
nut job.
Blueface? Do you know?
I don't know. That's his rap name.
Okay.
But he was the same one that his girlfriend got in a fight with his mom and his sister,
Ooh.
and she beat them up, and it's just a very crazy
Oh my
relationship.
Goodness,
And
she's violent.
very violent, and apparently she was laying in the bed or whatever, and he went live and was talking about how I want to pay her to leave and all this
Does he have
other
kids by
stuff,
her?
and no kids.
Oh,
we
get
don't
out
know
quick.
yet.
Get out.
But talking about he offered her money to leave, and he said he found the reason why they started fighting was he took her phone, he read her text, and apparently she was texting. She was in jail at one time, I guess, and breaking in his house, Blueface's house.
No, that's something.
But anyway,
not right
he got
now. Something's not
she was
right.
in jail, and apparently the bondsman or whoever that is, she was texting him, and Blueface said she was sleeping with him. The text said something about I enjoyed your company at the hotel. Or he was down at the hotel,
That was a
and then he
hit
was
and a
putting
half.
him on blast, saying that he was calling his name out all on live. Saying he's married and stuff. Sure, his wife want to hear about. He's
Oh
doing being
my
messy,
God.
being messy, and put his name and
Oh
the
my
wife and all of that
goodness.
out there.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Blueface was being messy. But
Okay.
they gonna go back together. They always do. They crazy. They fight each other. That's a
Something's
toxic
not
relationship.
right with her.
And here's
and
the-
they may turn into somebody killing
She
each
got
other.
his whole face tattooed on her neck. She got his name tattooed all over her. They crazy.
Something not right with her.
And here's the thing that's the kicker for me. He's friends with DDG, right?
Okay.
They-
That wasn't that situation when they had that shootout thing? No, when you say when they was who was the DDG that was in the when they was shooting at the car or something?
No, that's not even DDG.
Oh,
that ain't even Blueface. You going with Gunna.
Oh,
somebody
okay.
totally different.
Okay.
But the thing that got me with the DDG and the Blueface thing, I know. You totally.
I was like, who was with him that was doing the shooting?
No.
That wasn't him.
No.
Okay.
And he wasn't with DDG. That's Gunna with Chloe Bailey.
Oh, okay.
Which brings me up to Haley or Hallie or whatever.
They talked about her too, or you?
Well, no.
Okay.
DDG is friends with Blueface. They
Okay.
really good friends.
Right.
So they went out bowling. Him, Hallie, and Blueface and Kristen.
Okay.
I
So
think
he
her
has
name.
circles of friends on different.
But she crazy. And so Hallie's fan base was upset. They was all on the media saying, "Why are you hanging out with these crazy people? She trying that image. You gotta stop that,
Disney,
girl. You Disney.
Yeah.
You Little Mermaid.
But if you're saying that they're fighting like that,
she can't be hanging
and
with
she
them.
had a prison.
You can't do that, girl.
You
I know
gotta
you
be
try. I know you
careful.
love DDG or whatever, but
be careful.
you can't. You are a Little Mermaid.
But you know what? It may have to take. Unfortunately, her fans are screaming at her to be careful.
Be careful.
It may take her, unfortunately, get
and
in
it doesn't
trouble.
mean anything that they're bad people or nothing, but you have to watch. Even if you're not famous, you need to watch the people who are in your circle and who you hang around with.
And how they flow.
I can be your friend and talk to you, but I don't have to go out on a double date with you.
Hang with you, be with you physically.
So then
everywhere.
somebody's shooting at Blueface, he in a game. Then they gonna shoot you.
Yeah, because you're a target too when you're with somebody who's already a target.
You could be friends with him, but you ain't got to be hanging out with him and going out and bowling.
You even
and all
have to
this
be
stuff.
careful with that because when you got the feds involved, they gonna pull everybody that's in that circle.
And they listen to his phone calls.
Yeah.
So they listen to every time you talk to him. And they're gonna try to figure out how to connect you to.
I know people don't like hurting each other's feelings and backing away for whatever reason.
I'm sorry.
She really has an excuse. I'm Disney.
I can understand.
I can't hang with you like I want to.
I get DDG because he just out there.
Okay.
But her,
yeah.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right. So then they talked about Stephen A. Smith. You know, he's the sports guy that be going off.
Yeah.
On
who don't really have
He's been out.
A sports background.
Right. He's been out because he had surgery on his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
They said he'll be back on August 15th, just in case you some Stephen A. Smith fans out there.
Okay.
They talked about Chris Rock. Chris Rock, Everybody Hates Chris is being animated.
Oh.
And it's been picked up and it's getting ready to come on
so an
TV.
Animation of it. So when they do an animation,
Everybody
is it the
Hates
same
Chris.
storylines?
I don't know. It's probably the same, but just animated.
Okay.
Everybody Hates Chris. Boy, that slap was the best. I'm telling you. I'll milk that for everything I can
it's
get.
Open doors for him.
I would
they
milk
said
it.
His audience for his first comedy show sold out.
I'll get animated cartoons, everything. This is the time he should pitch a real show again.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch a real show, pitch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be in a movie now.
That's
all of it. Ride that coattail of Will Smith smacking you. And according to I put the poll up, nobody believes Will Smith's apology.
That's what
I put the poll up on our community page.
One of the ladies on The View, and Sarah, I love Sarah to death.
Well, we're gonna talk about this later. So.
But she made that comment too.
That nobody believes it.
She said no. She didn't say so much. No, because she's not like that. She don't kind of tear down.
Don't go in detail now.
But no, it's not on the show.
Oh, okay.
This is her old show.
Okay.
I had talked about it.
Oh, okay.
But she did say, I wish it was a more heartfelt and not him reading and not scripted. And I see now why she said that.
So nobody believes him.
Yep.
They talked about Love and Hip Hop Miami returning.
Okay, I saw you filming that.
And this time,
that, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know.
I see it recorded.
I probably gonna watch it, but it's recording.
Okay.
Ray J and Princess Love is on there this year because they in California, but somehow they didn't migrate it down to Miami, and they on this season of Love and Hip Hop Miami.
What you call the show?
He's on L.A. Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Okay.
He on a lot of shows.
Because he's on the one where they all
on the school one too. Ray J on a lot of shows.
I think he's just trying to stay fresh and stay current. I ain't mad at you.
But apparently they not together anymore. And Princess Love in these episodes, whatever, she's dating other people. I don't know. It's coming up. You guys look out. August 8th, starting Monday. Love and Hip Hop Miami.
That's why when you keep talking about Haley and any other young actors or whatever they are, you kind of cringe when you go, oh, they're together.
Right.
In the back of your head, how long is that going to
last? So we'll see. Donkey of the day. You know, Charlemagne gives his donkey of the day.
Okay.
He gave it to the 11 Republicans who voted against the PACT Act from Congress.
Okay.
The PACT Act is to ensure veterans can receive high-quality health care screenings and services related to potential toxic exposure.
That's where I was trying to get an understanding when we talked about it on
the reason why they said they voted against it, well, one of the guys said he voted against it. He said it's because he didn't like how it was being funded. He said he didn't want automatic funding. He wanted it to be able where you got to present it and it has to be voted on each time, not just an automatic thing that goes every single whatever. Now, here's the thing that I have a problem with that.
For veterans.
It don't even matter.
No, this is for the veterans.
This is for veterans. But this is the problem I have with Republicans. They're inconsistent. All of a sudden, you care about funding. The only reason why you care about it is because the bill came from Democrats. I'm pretty sure. Because
that was what they were talking about that on the show before when I was trying to get an understanding. And if you guys chimed in and know more than what we were saying, it was the Veterans Act, that they're a strong party for military.
Exactly. So why would you vote against? Because of funding. You know what they remind me of? I was sitting here thinking about this. They remind me of a couple. Okay, the Democrats and the Republicans.
Husband and wife.
Husband and wife. The Democrats are the women. Okay, and they are the woman who we say they say that we spend money on shopping. Okay, even though I don't shop,
too much. Yes.
I'm not what they call a stereotypical woman.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, let's just go with a stereotypical what they say women are.
Okay.
She buys clothes, she buys shoes, she buys purses and all this, and she brings home purses and a shoe and an outfit, a whole outfit to match. And then my husband gets mad because she spent a couple of $100.
He felt like she didn't need all that.
She didn't need that. The spending. Same as Republicans. The husband.
You don't
the
need
husband
all
is the Republicans.
You don't need all
of that. You could have just got a purse or something. Or
if
you already got
a purse.
You don't need five black
purses.
shoes.
Yeah.
Just one pair of black shoes. But she said, no, these are different.
These are different kind of shoes.
These are patent leather. Or
with a little bow.
Whatever. It's different. Sandal or something. Pump. Different heel type. Whatever.
You don't understand.
So you don't understand. It's not just a black shoe. Okay? But he don't care. You spending too much money.
A shoe is a shoe.
Republican, okay? So, honey, let's get together. We're not going to spend like that anymore. And she says, okay, I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Honey, I'll slow down
The next day, she sees a new, some kind of new tool that costs hundreds of dollars. And she goes, what is this? And he goes, well, I needed to get this tool. Why? You already have a wrench. Well, this is a new wrench. It's different. It's more
It does
advanced.
more things.
But you can still, you don't even hardly fix anything. But when you do, you can use your old wrench.
Or other things to still get that.
You don't have to buy the most high-tech
brand new tool
wrench in order to do what you needed to do.
High tech.
High tech. So you have a problem when I spend money, but you don't have a problem when you spend money. That's the problem I have with Republicans. They both spend money.
Right. Because you have to.
Right. So if you didn't ask no questions with the 150 million other things that you passed, don't ask questions about this act, and it's helping the veterans.
Thank you. Now, unless you come with a plan. If spend money, but not as much.
How can we still help
you? You can get it from here to do this.
I want to help you the same way, but how can I do it cheaper?
Yes.
If you don't have that plan, shut your mouth and vote yes.
Because the bottom line, our veterans are very important.
And I agree that there could be things in the bill that could be wrong or different or whatever, but it doesn't matter because you don't have a problem to pass bills for billions of dollars for things the rest of America don't agree with. So don't have a problem with this.
And that's what they say a lot on The View.
And you look bad. Even if it's full with stuff, you look bad saying no to veterans.
Because people feel like you guys, the different parties fussing at each other.
Thank you.
You fuss when that person's in office. But if you come to the table with better suggestions and ideals, then people will listen to you and go, oh, you got a point. We all want to get this done, but you got a better idea to get it done.
Idea.
Instead of knocking the ideal that we only the ones coming to the table with.
When somebody needs help now.
Yeah.
So then get out of here. That part.
So that's
they got donkey of the day, and I agree with it.
Hypocrisy, big time.
Okay, then they talked about Beyonce. She removed that. I told you yesterday. Removed that spaz. Yes. No, that word spaz.
What did they say?
It was the word spaz. She removed that out of the song and re-put the song out.
And what word did she use instead?
She just removed it out. She probably didn't even.
Oh,
I don't know.
Adjective, so she just removed
Right.
Removed
She
it
removed
that noun
it.
or whatever
Yeah,
was still
because
there.
it's a negative word in the UK. But she also removed Kalis. I always say her name wrong. The one that said, "My milkshake brings all the boys in the yard." She sampled that song, and she was mad and upset that she had sampled it. And so she removed that.
What do you
sample.
mean she was mad and upset?
Kalis or Kalis.
Oh, Kat was upset, not
was
Beyonce.
upset. No, she was upset.
Oh.
You probably don't remember us talking about
No,
it.
I do. I'm trying
she
to
was
get an
upset.
understanding what Beyonce is saying.
Yeah, she was upset. So Beyonce removed that and removed the whole credit, all of that off of the album. So nobody could say
So now
nothing.
we're thinking, if she removed it, does that mean that she was wrong?
She probably removed it because it was,
or just to
because
save
it's
face?
making it sound like she did something bad, and she probably like, I didn't know or whatever. So I'll just remove it. And to be honest with you, if it's not really needed in the song, just get rid of it.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's not, you know what I'm saying? Unless your whole song is the person's sample, get rid of it.
Kind of like Pharrell.
Yeah, unless you sample all of Marvin Gaye. Other than that,
you didn't really, dude.
So then,
okay.
Charlamagne wonders if her Kalis or Kalis, I hate how no case in her name
is,
if her streams are going to go up, her music streams, because of this whole thing. It probably did. More people probably listen to Milkshake and all that.
They was probably figuring out what song is that? What song is that?
So Monica Lewinsky chimed in. She said, "Well, since y'all removing stuff, well, hold on. Since y'all removing stuff, she had the nerve to post. Why don't you remove the reference to me?" Apparently, there's some reference to her.
Oh, there's some reference to her and Beyonce.
There's some reference to her or something. And the Beehive clapped back and gave her a smack across the face.
You know what?
Said, "You in so many songs. You got some nerve. Every rapper has talked about you. Everybody
about Monica Lewinsky.
There's jokes about Monica Lewinsky. And you're going to ask Beyonce to remove whatever reference
removing stuff. Remove reference to
right.
Martin.
So they thought that was funny.
Were you drunk at that time? You said
I don't
that?
know what I think she's just trying. I think she want to be back in the news again.
Yeah.
Because why would you even write that?
Yeah.
Unless you want to be in the.
Hey, what about me? What about me?
Even though it's negative, the negative thing she got, news, it was still, she was in the news.
Yeah.
And I think people become addicted to that. They become addicted to seeing their name in print and people talking about
me.
Nobody's talking about her now, but now we're talking about Monica
relevant
Lewinsky
again. So let me put my
exactly. And I know Bill is somewhere going, shut up, because now they're gonna bring me back up again. As soon as you come up, I come up, and then Hillary's like, "Oh, thanks, Monica." So now I gotta come up again.
Republicans gonna say, "Yeah,
thank you, thanks, Monica."
Monica, we agree with you. I bet you Fox News.
Yeah, they're gonna agree.
We agree with you. Yeah, she needs to remove her name.
Take her name out. Just what does Bill have to say about
That's
it?
That's a plan behind that.
Right. All right. So then they talked about Irv Gotti. You know he's the founder of Murder Inc. You know Irv Gotti, right? Ja Rule
they got
and all
something
of them.
coming on.
And he was on Drink Champs, and he was talking about, they have a documentary
coming up.
So I'm sure we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I want to know. It was a lot with them, with Ashanti and all of them.
Okay.
Because
she had just did some show.
Yeah. And they was talking about how did he find out about her dating Nelly? He said she didn't tell him. He found out.
She dated Nelly.
For a long time. Yeah, long time.
Was that out?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
But
know
he
that.
said when he found out about it, I guess he was at a game or something, and they walked in, and that's how he found out. He found out with everybody else.
You know what?
He thought she would have told him earlier, but she didn't.
I do. Okay.
So I'm trying to go through these quick. So then they talked. Oh, Kevin Gates was on there. Kevin Gates is a rapper. He's another one. He's the one, DDG, back with DDG. DDG went on tour, and he opened for Kevin Gates.
Oh.
And so that's how I knew Kevin Gates before that.
His name is common.
But that's how I really know
Kevin Gates.
His name is
Average.
Kevin Gates?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
These rappers got little this and
He's his regular name.
Little Bow Wow and little hoo-hoo.
And basically it was a long thing. If you know anything about Kevin Gates, he's kind of, in my mind, in my opinion, a little out there. You know?
He?
He's more, how do you describe Kevin Gates? Kevin Gates is.
Is there any artist
he's
that's
a hood?
like him?
No, he's a hood guy who's in touch with his feelings. That's probably the best way to say who Kevin Gates is. He's the kind of guy that'll beat you up and then be like, "Dang, why you made me do that?"
We know some family members like that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So think of that. He's like that.
Okay.
Because
you in that moment.
He'll speak spiritual, and then in the next minute he'll cuss you out.
You in that moment. He's Peter in the Bible.
He's Peter. He'll chop your head off.
That ear. I got you, Jesus. He ain't touching you.
Yeah, and then in the next breath,
pick the ear up.
Yeah,
man, come on now.
And they're nice people. They're good people. They just
temper.
And he says that he does a lot every day. He eats 1 meal a day. He fasts. He's working on himself every day. Every day. And Bakes, he does yoga. And he was just saying how the dudes in the hood is like, I'm not bending over for nothing. He said, no, it releases. He really went into detail about yoga.
Yeah, yoga stretches.
And you don't have to be a certain size.
The body is even.
You don't have to be a certain size. Because it's not about
I just can't do it.
No, he said that it's not about how much you can bend and all of that. Mm-hmm. It's the journey. That's what people in yoga do.
I still can't do it.
And I didn't realize, and I guess
it's
I
hard
do.
To sit on the floor.
Certain parts of your body, and you found that out with acupuncture, certain parts of your body hold in things.
Yes. Pressure.
And so you release, as you release certain things.
Energy, that
negative energy, things he said he's been bottling up inside of him since he was young. He was molested when he was young. All kind of stuff. He said there's this hip movement.
He's probably angry.
Yeah, there's this hip movement that's in yoga that he said once he did that one and it released. He said he just cried, couldn't stop. He said that released all of that out. So they was really going into yoga.
Okay.
And
there's people who are afraid of yoga because they feel like that's a different religion.
Yeah.
It takes you on another spiritual journey.
It's not.
I mean, it's things we got to learn about it.
Yeah.
But there's some religions that practice
right. But yoga is the movement. Yeah. What you attach to it is up to you.
Is that similar? I mean, I've heard of Pilates. Is that totally different than Pilates? Because that's stretching as well.
It's different because yoga. We'll start.
Maybe yoga teaches you to meditate and calm.
Meditate. He said
your
breathe.
Spirit, man.
He said you breathe between movements. It's almost to me like Tai Chi or something. Like how the Japanese have that Tai Chi.
But for me,
it's breathing.
But for me, even with the breathing, it's meditation.
Yeah.
It's an art of meditation.
Yeah.
And relaxing the body and the spirit.
Yeah. Well, Pilates to me is more exercise.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I get it.
And then of course, they talked about, just briefly, Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan.
Okay.
I still don't know why she's there. I don't agree with her being there.
They've done it for
I don't know why. It doesn't matter. Right?
I think there's an agenda.
20 years ago, China didn't own America.
But some Republicans are even saying they're good that
and Republicans are stupid. And you know why? You know why they agree with it?
Why?
Because the Democrats don't. Anything, if the Democrats agreed with it, if the Democrats agreed with it, if Biden was gung-ho, then they would be the opposite. That's why I told you these parties, I hate these parties.
But you know one thing I do?
They're not consistent.
But one thing I am in agreement with, and I may not know the details of what our relationship is with Taiwan, because we know China, and then
think of Ukraine and Russia.
For me, when the news media stated how China felt.
Yes.
I didn't like the fact that they were bullying us.
They're not bullying us?
No, I'm saying that's how I felt.
Okay.
I felt like, how dare you tell us where to go?
Can I ask you a question?
Saying don't go to Ukraine.
Can I ask you a question? I don't care that they said it. You know why they said that? Because Taiwan used to belong to China.
I know.
Just like Ukraine used to belong.
Okay,
so here's the question.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say the same thing to you.
No, but if
something I own, I want to get back.
No.
What does that have to do with you?
I disagree, though, because we've had a relationship with them, so why not continue that?
We have a relationship with China.
That's right. We have a relationship with Ukraine, and we had one with Russia.
Okay, so here's the question to people like you and those who are into this. What do you get out of it?
I don't know the whole agenda. That's why I said we can't speak to what we don't know.
So because you don't know,
are we just mad because she went there?
Because you don't know, no opinion should be in favor of her going. Because you don't know why she went. If she told you why she went and it made sense,
so that hasn't happened.
If it makes
all
sense,
the media in our business, nobody has stated why she went.
No, said why she went. She said she went on TV and she said why she went.
What was her reason?
Because she supports their whatever democracy or whatever, their Taiwan, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you're saying why you went, because you went. Mm-hmm. You're not saying why, as Americans, we should go. You can say you go, just like Ukraine. Mm-hmm. You can say me. I support Ukraine being on their own and having their own and owning their own or whatever.
Okay.
But does America say Russia can't take that back? And because she's the third largest, she's the third one in line. It's the president, vice president, and secretary of state. Even though she's saying she's not speaking for America, that's how China is seeing it. You're speaking for America. That's like going to Ukraine and saying Russia shouldn't take you back.
But are those of you, like how you're feeling, are you saying that she shouldn't have gone because of stirring China?
I think she shouldn't have
gone.
What the concern I think she shouldn't have gone because right now we have an issue with Ukraine and Russia.
Okay.
The world is unstable right now. There's no reason. I understand if the people was being under attack or something like Ukraine. Obviously, they went there.
What is it? The group that
no,
they're not part of that.
No,
okay.
I can understand,
don't want them to be as well.
But I can understand if there was like if we wasn't at war or if things wasn't shaky right now, you already got China and Russia talking about coming together and coming against us. So why would you give them
some backlash?
But why would you give them another? Why would you give Putin with his no shirt wearing on a horse?
Why you keep saying that?
Why would you give him another reason to talk to China and say, I told you about those Americans. They don't listen. They don't want you to take back Taiwan just like they interfered with me in Ukraine.
I'm going to keep that basketball lady over here.
That
China said, I'm going to cut all the cans.
That America, they think they can just go anywhere and do. But here's the good thing. This is the only positive thing I can say about it.
Go ahead.
Is this Nancy Pelosi. So Trump would even say, why are you getting upset about that ding dong bat?
You know,
I can see him saying that to China and to Russia.
Okay.
She's nobody. Why are y'all getting mad about her?
Ammunition for...
If Biden went over there, then I can see you getting upset.
Okay.
Why
is you nobody to some people?
I'm saying that's how they can pitch it.
Okay.
They're not going to do that in the media. Of course not.
Well,
but if you don't think there's some Americans on the phone now talking to China saying, why do you care about her going?
Pray tell, though. What is Fox saying? Fox News.
Well, some of the Republicans support it.
But what is their reason for supporting it?
Because the Democrats don't.
Other than that, they got to have a reason, though.
None.
Because I hear them talk about.
They don't have none.
That they give her a check mark for that.
Because we haven't been over there.
For the relationship we have with them.
Because we haven't been over there as her office in 20-some years.
People were mad at Obama with Cuba.
Lenore, anything that is one
did
party.
Did Obama listen? No.
Anything with one party. But Cuba is not at war. We're not. There's no. There's too much going on right now.
The beast to mess with.
Yeah. But why poke the bear?
But aside from that, Anna had brought that up when they had talked about that. She was very angry.
Can I ask you a question?
With the whole Cuba thing.
Just give me a good reason. Not because we haven't been over there in 20 years. If you give me a good reason, then I can be like, again, they say poke the bear.
Let's think about it.
Why would you go to the zoo and poke the bear? Now, if there's a reason, if I could say, well, he went in there because the bear literally had somebody, he was holding on to somebody. So they had to go in there and poke the bear. They had to get the bear to release the person who they was holding on to.
In all honesty, if they do go that direction, that's not fair to reveal that. Well, I don't like when the media gets a hold of information that could be a problem with security.
So then I agree.
There must be a reason.
There has to be. It gotta be another.
She don't want to share it.
There gotta be. It gotta be.
For safety reasons. It gotta be. She gets back to soil.
It gotta be.
U.S. soil, and then she can say,
even then,
for reasons of safety, everyone, I went over there for this reason.
I agree. Even then, I agree with you.
That.
I agree with you. I think that it has to be something they can't tell us. I believe America.
Hope that's the reason.
And I hope we don't get taken out. America might be doing something positioning in Taiwan, and they don't want China to know about it.
Yes.
And that's why China's mad.
Yes.
Why are you over there?
Yes.
There's no reason for you to be.
Media.
Because you haven't been in 20 years.
Shut up, media.
So that's the only thing.
Oh, it scares me when the media it gives any hint of what our security is doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine that worst thing can happen is they hurt her.
Well,
and some Republicans that rushed on
that's
January
why
6 was like, I want her out anyway.
I know this being mean, but that's why they made support her going over there.
They want her to get hurt.
They want her to go there. What, Mom?
They're gonna start bombing things around them.
Oh yeah, they said that. They started already.
They're doing it now.
They already started.
What?
China already started bombing all around Taiwan.
Yeah.
And because she went. They was like, oh, you didn't listen, so now
But
we want
for
to tell
me
you.
personally,
But no, I'm
I
saying,
hope and
hold
pray that
on.
there is a reason.
Let's say, like you said, well, I said it, being mean, whatever. That could be why the Republicans are supporting her going over there.
like something may happen to her.
They
And
probably,
she's going into territory. that's dangerous.
and y'all can calm it down, because I could be sinister or whatever. Or they want something to happen and blame it on the Democrats.
Right. See, you poked the bear. You poked the bear.
They want
It's
something
your
to happen.
fault. It's your fault because they
They want
need
something-
a win for 2024.
They want something to happen, and then they can say, see, if Nancy Pelosi wouldn't have went over
Every
there,
American would be like, really?
We supported
Let's just put
her.
another Republican in
we
office.
supported her because that's what we're supposed to do as politicians.
But
We
she took
support
a
a
stand.
fellow politician, but it's her.
It's
It's their fault, guys, that we're in this phase.
It's one of those moves, you guys,
Y'all know
where
that's what's getting
I'm
ready to
hoping
happen.
that you would want a person to be spiritual. Because they would have to be Jesus himself sitting on the bed saying, Nancy, go ahead and go.
Remember, we talked about that crazy man who showed up at the government UFO thing, saying he saw dragons and
that could be
dinosaurs
true,
fighting
what
each
he
other.
really saw.
And remember, I told you when I think of dragons, I think of China. And he was saying that craziness way before Nancy Pelosi went over there.
And what are you guys prepping for?
Told you. Follow our prepping station.
A lot of things.
Peaceful prepping.
Prepping.
Peaceful prepping.
Things to think about and pray about.
I just said there was no
Okay.
reason for her to go over there.
Okay.
All right. Did you have anything else?
No, that was it.
All right, guys. So that was another Woods Report. See you later.